Am I starting it?
I thought you were starting it.
That'll probably be in the video because remember when Dave DeVito used to mess with us a lot?
All the time.
Not
But
cool.
You can't put this in the show.
Not cool. We've developed trust. Here we go. Excuse me, miss, but who are you and what are you doing in Miss Carrie's chair?
I knew it would work. Okay, it's me. It's me, Ryan.
The voice is ringing a bell. The voice is ringing a bell, but
Did you hear that cackle? Did you know, Ryan, that I am a master of disguise?
who is the I? You keep using these pronouns.
Me.
Who?
Carrie.
Oh,
I'm the one who puts the K in RK.
Wait, you're right. R-K for Ryan and Carrie,
Carrie.
or for Rancho Kids.
We literally just figured that out
love it.
today. But
This is fantastic.
Right?
I'm loving it. I honestly had no clue who you were.
we always tell you it's going to be a fun show, you guys. This one is going to be off the hook because it's magical.
I've always wanted to just feel what it feels like to be a different person.
Oh.
This is going to be amazing.
Today's your day, my friend.
Wow, well, Miss Carrie, we have a lot to cover. I mean, last week's show was great.
Yeah.
But we gotta step it up.
Okay, wait. Not only was last week's episode amazing,
Yes.
we had fun, not only on the Rancho Kid Show,
I know where you're
but live
Right
at
here
Rancho.
At Rancho Community Church. We were on campus with kids. We probably had close to 100
lot
kids
of
total.
kids.
And it was amazing. We were outside, we were playing, we were worshiping, we did a message. Kids tried to catch marshmallows in their mouth.
And boomerang.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. In fact, you know what? We could try to tell you about it, but a video is worth 500 million words. That's a famous saying from back in the day. So why don't we go ahead
heard that one.
and roll the video?
Yeah.
Davida, do it.
I am Shakira, and welcome to my concert.
Did you just say Shakari?
Shakira.
Like Shakira. So like Shakira. What am I?
Hey, Temecula! Thank you for joining me on the first half of my tour and joining me on stage tonight. Put your hands together for Cleopatra!
I did not know that this is what that was. But why did you stop talking like Shakira? Shakari.
You're supposed to take on
Okay, hold on.
the character.
Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go.
You're supposed to take on the character.
I'm doing
you are.
it. Look, I'm a lamp.
You ruined it. You're not a lamp.
Okay, listen.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm a doorway into a Mediterranean restaurant. You just kind of walk through, you're like, hello, smells delicious in
You're
here.
supposed to be like, walk like an
fine.
Egyptian. Oh,
All right, there we go. Okay, here, let me do this.
We are going right into worship tonight. We've got two songs when, we dressed up like we were astronauts and we're on a different planet. You guys
I
love
like
those
that.
videos.
You guys did kind of dress up for this. This is perfect.
That's right. So we've got God of the Universe and we've got A Million Miles Away.
Hey, this is fantastic.
Hey, you know what you can do with that? If
What
someone
can I
gets
do?
too close to you during the COVID season, just swing your head around.
I whipped myself in the eyeball.
Yeah.
Cut, I gotta go to the doctor.
Let's roll it.
The heavens declare your glory, and the skies show what your hands have made. Without words, they're telling a story, and no one can hide from what they say. Day by day, night by night, they tell the world who you are. You are the God of the universe. got this feeling, and I know it's not just me. Everyone's got things they wanna leave. Escape the things they can't escape, the stuff we try to hide away, but grace has put them in their place. A million miles away, and further every day. Since I met you, everything that I used to carry disappeared in the dust behind me. You took it all, it's gonna stay. A million miles away, a million miles away. That day you changed me, and you made my past my past. All I know is I'm not going back. What's done is done, what's gone is gone. You came to right my every wrong and leave them right where they belong. A million miles away, and further every day. Since I met you, everything that I used to carry disappeared in the dust behind me. You took it all, it's gonna stay. A million miles away. It's getting smaller in my rear view, the closer I get to you, and it's all gonna stay. A million miles away, a million miles away, a million miles away, and further every day. Since I met you, everything that I used to carry disappeared in the dust behind me. You took it all, it's gonna stay. A million miles away. Like the east is from the west, like the height is from the depth. You took it all away, it's gonna stay. A million miles away. Like the east is from the west, like the height is from the depth. You took it all away, it's gonna stay.
Oh, I have been known to give free hugs and healthcare to those in need, eh?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've come across quite a few people who could use some of that healthcare after I was done with them. Because I am the scourge of the seven seas, Captain Jack Bluebird. Jack Sparrow's me cousin.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anyone any good, eh?
Did you just become Captain Ireland?
I'm Canadian and I've never spoken like a
She's
Canadian.
she's the Irish Canadian condiment captain. But listen, kiddos, it is I. Shiver me timbers, an imposter will walk the plank. I don't even know what else. These are all the pirate terms I can say, but I'll tell you what, kiddos. It's a good time to segue into a game. What do ye say?
Yeah, please, eh?
All right. Yar. Are you sure? Yar, we best be doing it. Yar, let's go ahead, kiddos. If you don't win this game, I'll surely throw ye overboard.
Eh?
On the count of three, are you ready, Canada girl? 1, 2, 3. Roll it, Davido.
Hello, children. It is I, King Steve, the most noble of kings. And let me tell you, children, I am not who you might think I might be at this moment. Perhaps you're thinking, he looks like Mr. Ryan in a costume. Well, I assure you, that is not the case. I am King Steve, and I have a royal game for you. The game we shall play is based upon the holiday which is right around the corner, Halloween. And the point of this game is simply for you to guess trick or truth as King Steve and some of his royal subjects present facts about Halloween. You must decide, are they a trick or are they truth? Do you believe that you can handle this? Well, I hope so, kiddos, because it shall be tough. Good luck and enjoy meeting some of my other friends.
Hey, what's happening, kiddos? Does this look freak you out at all? It's a bit freaky, I'll admit that, but I have a question for you. Did you know that the fear of Halloween actually has a medical name, and that medical name is Samhainophobia? Is that a trick, or is that the truth? Samhainophobia, the fear of Halloween. Trick or truth? Oh, I hope you said truth, kiddos, because it is the truth. That's what it's called when you're afraid of Halloween. Samhainophobia. I hope you don't have it. Hey kids, it's me, another kid just like you guys. Did you know that back in the 1970s and a little bit into the 1980s, you were not allowed to go trick-or-treating without your parents unless you were 13 years or older? I tricked you kids. It was a trick. You could go trick-or-treating, I think, at whatever age, but it probably wouldn't be safe.
Hello there, kiddos. It's me, Mr. Beaver. I'm Ryan's great-grandpa, and I wanted you to know that back when I was your age, in around 1912, the number one most popular candy that was passed out to kiddos was Wrigley's chewing gum. Did you say trick? Because it was. I tricked you, kiddos.
Well, hello there, kiddos. It's your pilot speaking, and I've got a fun fact for you. Did you know that back in the 1980s, pilots were kind of a big deal? In fact, for that entire decade, there was no costume more popular amongst young boys than an airplane pilot. Now, the question is that a truth or trick? Which one, trick or truth? Go ahead, take your guess. I'm afraid that's a trick, kiddos. I hope you got it right because, I'm rooting for you.
Well, hello there, kiddo. Did you know that in Walnut Creek, California, they're trying to cut down on robberies on Halloween, and so they require you to have a permit if you wear a mask on Halloween? Did you know that? I'm afraid that's the truth. I also find it quite preposterous. That's a silly rule. Hi. Did you know that over the last 70 years, there's only been 3 Halloween nights that had a full moon on it? And the most important part is that this Halloween night will be a full moon. Trick or truth? It's true! You can see me on Halloween night this year. Hi, I'm a turnip. And did you know that the first jack-o'-lanterns were actually carved out of me and not pumpkins? That's true. It was also quite painful.
Hello there, kids. Did you know that the day before Halloween is actually National Candy Corn Day? It's true! It's true! Everyone celebrated this year on October 30th. Hi there. Did you happen to know that, let's see here, half the people, just barely over half the people, will dress their dogs and other pets up in costumes on Halloween? Did you know that? It's a trick. It's only about 11.5%. I guess that's more exactly than about. 11.5% of people dress their pets up, not a little more than half.
Howdy there, kiddos. Did you happen to know that less than half of Americans will take the time to carve a pumpkin this year? Did you know that? That's a fact. Or is it a trick? Good luck. Turns out it is a fact. Let's see here. 46.3% of people do it. That's what it is. So that's less than half.
Did you know that Boston, Massachusetts holds the record for the most jack-o'-lanterns lit at once? And that record is over 30,000 jack-o'-lanterns. That's the truth. I hope you got it right.
Hey there, kids. Did you know that the average amount of calories in the average bag of Halloween candy is more than 20 McDonald's Big Macs combined? That's the truth. That's a lot of calories, but hey, enjoy.
Hello there, kiddos. I've got a fun fact for you. Did you know that 60% of dentists do not pass out candy on Halloween? Nope, that is not the truth. It's a trick, because 60% of dentists do pass out candy.
What's up, kiddos? It's me, an ostrich. Did you happen to know that in Arlington, Texas, it is illegal for you to dress up on Halloween as a bank robber? That's a trick. You fell for it. Got you.
Hello there, children. Did you know that the most popular costume for dogs last year was a pumpkin? That's right, pumpkin dogs. Did you know that? Trick or truth? It was the truth. Pumpkins and dogs. I don't understand why, but it was the most popular.
Listen, in the very first book that was ever written about Dracula, it was actually very first book was about a girl Dracula, not a boy. I'm afraid to tell you that Dracula has tricked you. That is not the truth, okay? I'm sorry if you missed it.
Did you know that in 1978, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys played a game on Monday night, which happened to be Halloween, and that during that game, they actually wore each other's uniforms as a kind of Halloween thing? Trick or truth? What do you think? That was a trick. They did not do that. I was lying to you. Get it? Lying. Did you know that New Hampshire's state fruit was the pumpkin? Trick or truth, kiddos? That's the truth. That's a weird fruit to pick for your state fruit.
Here's another one, kiddos. Did you know that last Halloween, the most popular boys' costume was Iron Man from the Avengers? It's a trick. It was actually Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Yer, me hearties. Did you happen to know that the first known hearing or even mentioning of trick-or-treating in North America actually happened in Guadalajara, Mexico in 1929? It was a trick. Never trust a pirate. It actually happened in Alberta, Canada.
Did you know that our time of playing trick or truth has come to an end? I'm afraid that is truth, children. However, I'm quite certain you did wonderfully, and I, King Steve, am very proud of you. And I hope to once again be able to play this game with you. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful week and a wonderful Halloween. Goodbye, kiddos.
Go Rancho kids! You did amazing at the game.
Yeah.
That was what's the matter?
I'm sorry, I can't do this. Miss Carrie, this costume, I mean, the pirate was one thing, and whatever the other, that was, but this one hits too close to home, Miss Carrie.
This is part of your contract. You said you would participate today.
It reminds me of a time in my life that I'm not particularly proud of.
Really?
I'm sorry, it's...
Wait, this is personal? This is...
Yes, you mean to tell, I thought you saw, you had not seen me? I think I just sprayed quite a bit of spit out of my mouth because I'm that worked up, Miss Carrie.
I feel like you should at least now show us what you're talking about.
You mean to tell me that you just happened to choose the exact luchador mask that I used to wear when I wrestled on the streets of Tijuana?
This was just in our costume trunk.
You want this. You're asking for this.
I do want to kind of see it now.
I'm sorry for what you're about to say. Because it is I, the luchador, cabeza grande. That means the big head, because my finishing move, I would pile drive with my head that barely fit into my luchador mask.
I had no idea
this is taking me somewhere I'm not comfortable with, but now that I'm here, I feel the blood racing through my veins.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Okay, he's going to a place I never expected him to go, you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lead us into.
Can you hear the niños yelling?
Yes.
That's what I do. I wreck things. I get angry when I am El Grande Cabeza.
Davido, let's roll the message.
I just realized it was El Cabeza Grande, like El Pollo Loco. You say it backwards.
Kiddos, be careful, caution, because you have entered a construction zone. That's right, kids. Right here in the studio, construction is happening. Now, technically, it's not happening on the studio. It's happening, how should I say this? On this guy. It's happening on me, kids. Construction is taking place on Mr. Ryan, which is why I've got the safety vest, the helmet that makes my head look even longer than it already is, and of course, the cones and the caution tape. So here's what I'm getting at, kids. I know you're kind of confused. What does it mean that Mr. Ryan is under construction? Well, let me just put it this way. Work is being done on me. Work is being done in my life, and it's being done by God, which is pretty incredibly awesome. Now, let me just kind of remind you guys, we're doing a series right now called Timeless Truths. And the reason we're calling it Timeless Truths is because we're looking at letters that Paul wrote to people 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, Paul wrote letters to Christians, and what we're doing is we're finding little nuggets of truth from these letters 2,000 years ago, and we're saying, can you not see how incredibly applicable they are to our lives now? Now, applicable is a really fancy word that means that it still speaks very loudly and very accurately to our lives. So the passage I want to read today is from Philippians chapter 3, verses 12 through 14. And I'm gonna read it to you in a second, but I wanna just take a moment and remind you who is writing it. Now, the person who's writing this letter is Paul. Paul is legitimately the greatest missionary of all times. He is, honestly, when it comes to Christian men or women, he is probably, next to Jesus, the greatest Christian example in the history of mankind. At least top 5, and honestly, probably number 1 other than Jesus. So here's what you need to know. Paul has traveled around and preached the gospel to a bunch of different places. He shared the good news about Jesus to places like Galatia or Ephesus or Philippi or Colossae, or, he didn't actually get to go to Rome, but he wrote a letter to Rome, a place called Corinth. He went around to these places and he planted churches, and then he would write letters back to the churches. Philippians is one of these letters. It's a letter written back to the church that he started in a place called Philippi. So here's the deal. Paul, super Christian, started a church in a place, left, and now he's writing a letter back to encourage those people. And I want you to listen to what Paul says. Are you ready? Philippians chapter 3, verse 12 through 14. It says here, I do not mean to say that I have already achieved these things or that I have already reached perfection. He's been writing to them about these important steps that we need to take to grow as Christians. And Paul's saying, listen, I have not already done that. I haven't finished my journey, is what he's saying. And he goes on and he says, but here's what I do. I press on, I push forward to possess the perfection for which Christ Jesus first possessed me. He says, no, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing. Forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead, I press on to reach the end of the race and to receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us. I love this passage. I love it. It's amazing. It just reeks. It smells so strongly of forward progress, of just progress in general, like this construction set. The idea that I'm getting at here, what I love about this, is that if there's anyone in the history of Christianity who could have been like, oh, no need for construction, let's get rid of this stuff. Oh man, get off here, Cuidado. If there's anyone who could be like, take this thing off, I'm good to go. Oh, I'm gonna put my feet up. It was a guy by the name of Paul, right? Paul totally could have done that. Paul could have just said, listen, when it comes to Christianity, I've pretty much got it dialed in. I'm pretty much nails. I'm pretty much better than anyone I know. I'm more spiritually disciplined. I spend more time doing what God calls me to do. Paul was a stud when it came to Christianity. And yet he writes this passage where he says, guess what? I still have so much growth to have happen in my life. I absolutely love that, kids. And the reason I want to share it is because it's true for you, and it's true for me, and it's true for any other Christians we come across. We are never finished. God is never finished working in our lives. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like, oh, I want it to be done. It's not like your homework where you can't wait to just say, check the box, I'm done with my homework. This is this incredibly cool thing called sanctification, which is a really fancy word that means that God works in our lives to make us more like his son, Jesus. And I see this verse and I love the fact that Paul gets the idea that he still has growth, that God is still working in his life. And I also love it from the perspective of how it reminds me that God is still working in my life. So here's my thing. This idea of never just stopping and saying, all right, I'm done, I've arrived, is something that applies to every area of our lives. I know for me, I was an athlete growing up. I loved sports. I loved baseball and football and soccer. And one of the things that I think was really important for me as an athlete was to understand that you can always improve. You can always get better. I know that for me as a husband, I want to be the best husband I can be to my wife, Jen. She's amazing and she's incredible. And I am a good husband, but I've got so much room to grow. And as a father to my kids, the same thing is true. It's like, I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm better than a lot of dads out there, right? I spend time with my kids, and while I certainly make mistakes, I know that I'm a good dad. I know that I'm doing a pretty good job. So what I could do is be like, hey, guess what? I'm better than 90% of dads out there, so I'm just gonna sit back and relax. And kids, guess what? You're stuck with me just how I am the rest of my life. But that's not what I wanna do. I wanna continue to grow as a father. I want to continue to grow as a husband. I want to continue to grow. I guess I don't want to continue to grow when it comes to me eating bad food and actually just growing. I've been doing a lot of that lately. I'm working on it. I swam this morning. Get off my back, kids, okay? Listen, I swam laps. I'm working on that. But here's the deal. In every area of my life, I want to keep growing, keep getting better, keep getting stronger. And this is a passage that was written 2,000 years ago to people like me and you, reminding them, listen, when it comes to Christianity, it's just like all those other areas. We should always understand that God is still working in our lives. There's still areas we can grow when it comes to our Christianity. So don't let this verse discourage you. Don't let you think, oh my gosh, I'll never be done. It's an exciting promise that we have, that God is always working in our lives to make us more like his son, Jesus. We have not arrived. We are, in fact, under construction, all that good stuff. So kiddos, I hope this is encouraging and not discouraging. I can't wait to share with you guys again next week. That's all I got for this week. Talk to you later.
Hey man, don't worry kiddos. I'm back, I'm down, I'm chilled.
You are more chill than I've ever seen you, my
Well, you know, it's
friend.
the Jamaican vibe, the island times, you know. Hey man, what do you think?
Davida, we need to keep this wig on hand at all times, okay? Because seriously, this
is how
vibe,
you
this
calm
is
the
new.
beast. You took me to a dark place, Miss Carey, but now I'm sitting with my toes in the sand, man, chilling.
Nice. I'm really liking this segment right here.
Thank you. Play the
Gonna ask me
peaceful
what I
music,
am?
brother.
Gonna ask about mine at all?
Oh,
You're gonna-
I just
get it.
assumed you were, I don't know, some sort of bachelorette
Oh, look at the
contest.
wings.
So, okay, I'm gonna guess you are Cupid, but you don't have a bow and arrow.
They wouldn't let me have one.
That's
so,
probably safe. We don't have those here in
rubber
Jamaica.
band. Oh.
Did you shoot it backwards, man? That's
Wait, wait, wait.
fantastic. Oh,
There we go. There we go.
Ah!
Woo! There we go.
that's all right. I've got this on. I normally
Vito. Oh.
David.
What in the world?
Listen, kiddos, listen. It's time to move forward. I'm getting more and more Hawaiian
I
as
gotta
I go, brother.
Redeem myself. There it
More
is.
and more Hawaiian. Hey, man, listen, we're gonna send it to the next segment.
Which is my segment.
Yes, Miss Carey, are you ready? Here we go. Let me do this. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Come on now, it's Carey's Craft Corner time.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Miss Carey's Craft Corner. We're so excited to have you join us for another incredible craft. And Ella, the craft belt. Let's get it all out here. What is this?
Yarn.
We've got some yarn or string, it could be anything. We've got, what else? Paper, oh no, those are paper clips, what are those?
I don't know.
Clothespins. We don't use them anymore, right? We don't use them. All right, and then really it's a pretty simple craft today. We've got our healthy snacking. Ella, you can snack on that. And I've got my almond milk, so we're good with hydration. Ooh. Maybe I should have checked the expiration. All right. This craft, you guys, is so simple. You're gonna love it. You're not gonna ever, ever have to tell your parents that you're bored again. As long as you have squirt bottles. We've got several different colors just to keep it fun. We need some paper, and this is really important. Liquid watercolor. All right, Ella, we need string first. Could you get that for us? Awesome. And then we forgot to mention, look at what we missed right over here. The scissors, unless you're really good at gnawing through yarn, which I have been known to do. All right, so it doesn't really matter how long it is. We're gonna just cut some, and I wanna show you, we're trying to find a place to hold up the string. And look at this. I just learned why God created slits in the bird of paradise plant. Look at this. It's to put my string through. How perfect is that? Boop. Easy peasy. And then look, there's another one right here. I'm basically just making a clothesline, which you guys don't know about because we don't hang our clothes up anymore. It used to be this thing where you'd wash your clothes and then you would hang it up to dry with these little guys. But instead of hanging our clothes up today, we are going to hang our paper. Where's the paper? Quick. Did you get it? Paper. Like whatever color. We picked just some fun bright colors. Do you want what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Orange. Perfect. Okay, so look at this, guys. Whoop. Nailed it. And we're done.
Next, we're gonna pour the liquid watercolor into these spray bottles.
Okay, guys. Now it's time. The hardest part. Oh! You did it! You didn't even give me warning! Oh my goodness, we need to learn about squirt bottle safety, clearly! This is yours. This is mine. You ready? Alright, boys and girls, here we go! Woo! I'm gonna get yours. Can I help with yours?
No.
Oh, okay, well, fine. I like the pink.
I need the pink.
Oh, and look at the bird of paradise plant.
I need the
Also gets a little extra puzzle color, which is fun. We're switching. Okay, here we go. Woo! I think mine's done. I'm feeling this. Really? There's only so much paper there, girl. All right, we did it. I know you're all in awe. You had no idea I had this kind of skill in me, did you? And Ella, oh my goodness. I mean, just magnifique, mes amis. All right, friends, this is your challenge to do this at home. Okay, you know there's arts and crafts. As we say, this is Craft Corner, but kind of a close cousin to crafting is art. And so this is, in that category. So go do it, have some fun. You can even draw a target and try to shoot and do it with your friends, see who can get bullseye. There's so many different options, but I'm telling you, that squirt bottle in your hand, it feels very, very good, my friend. No. Okay, this is where she's got that look in her eye. But have fun doing this craft, you guys. We'll see you next time.
Wow. I mean, that was a lot.
It was a lot of fun, you mean, right?
Yeah, it was fun, but
really
I
good at all the voices.
I do feel a little unstable. Is that a thing? I'll tell you what. You why don't you close by telling about the thing we were going to do there?
You guys, the reason why we brought all these costumes in is to inspire you because hello, Halloween, right? Next weekend. And we wanted to make sure you knew that we have an incredible Halloween extravaganza.
Yar, it would be amazing. You're correct. It's going to be an incredible night, Miss Carrie. Tell me more.
Okay, so yes.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Right here at Rancho, and it's going to be a drive-through trick-or-treating experience.
Unless you're feeling like you want, I don't know, paddle through or something, man. As long as it's laid back, island style.
Right. So you can get dressed up, get in your car, come right here to Rancho, and then expect to get all kinds of amazing candy to share or not share.
Did you say candy? Because the niños used to throw candy at me when I was in the ring, and it got me fired up, and it made me want to do things to my opponent, like a pile drive body slam. Here I come, Nacho!
All right, so I'm gonna make sure he's okay. But we will see you here on Saturday,
6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
See you next time, guys.